Hey there, anime lovers! Welcome back to Blue Caps, the channel where fantasy and reality come together. Today, we're diving through the portal to another world as we explore the best Isekai anime of all time, shows that don't just let us escape reality, but also leave a lasting impression on our hearts. From swords and magic to epic second chances at life, we're going to break them all down together. Whether you're new to the Isekai genre or a seasoned traveler of parallel worlds, this video is perfect for finding your next favorite watch. So grab some snacks, relax, and get ready, because the Isekai anime we're about to share will make you want to reincarnate into another world ASAP. Let's jump right into this adventure-filled journey. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. The Eminence in Shadow. Have you ever imagined being a side character who's actually the most OP behind the scenes? That's the unique concept behind The Eminence in Shadow. This anime follows Minoru Kageno, a teenager obsessed with becoming strong not for fame or recognition, but just to be the shadow controlling everything from behind the scenes. In real life, he seems ordinary, but secretly, he's taking down street gangs. Sadly, his life ends tragically in an accident, or so we think.
疑似質量と魔力濃度から導き出される霊的存在強度にこそ講義の邪魔だ。一体何が。窓を閉めろ。講義の邪魔に。
Turns out, Minoru is reincarnated into a fantasy world as Sid Kagenu, and that's when things get really exciting. With magical powers now at his disposal, he creates a secret group called Shadow Garden to fight the cult of Diablos, an evil organization he originally just made up. But here's the plot twist: the cult actually exists. The Eminence in Shadow perfectly blends cool action, satirical comedy, and a fresh take on the Isekai genre. It's a must-watch if you're tired of the usual Isekai formula. Gate. Imagine you're just casually heading to a doujinshi event when suddenly a giant portal opens up right in the middle of Tokyo, and out come dragons, orcs, and armies wielding swords and magic. That's exactly what happens to Yuji Itami, a true otaku and a member of the Japan Self-Defense Forces, JSDF. In an instant, the modern world faces an invasion from another dimension. But instead of panicking, Itami quickly springs into action, saving as many people as he can. This attack marks the beginning of a huge adventure when Japan decides to send troops through the mysterious gate. Gate is super exciting because it blends modern military life with a fantasy world full of kingdoms, elves, and dragons. In this new land called the Special Region, Itami leads a special team to explore, build diplomatic ties, and even get involved in the local power struggles. The clash of cultures, technology, and ideologies feels so real. It's awesome to see tanks and helicopters rolling alongside magic battles. If you love Isekai but want a strong military and political vibe, Gate definitely deserves a spot on your watch list. Saga of Tanya the Evil. Imagine being reincarnated, but instead of becoming a hero or living a peaceful life, you're born as a little girl in a world full of war and magic, and you're constantly watched by a mysterious god. That's the story of Tanya de Gyurchath, a young soldier with the mind of an adult and the soul of a Japanese salaryman who once challenged a being called Being X. The result? She has to prove herself on brutal battlefields, becoming a feared war machine known as the Devil of the Rhine.
Our soldiers have a nickname for her, though. The Devil of the Rhine.
Second Lieutenant Tanya de... This might be faithless invaders. Give me the ability to...
Is she the devil?
Have faith in the Lord's blessings, for he will not abandon.
Saga of Tanya the Evil is a very different kind of Isekai anime. It's dark, full of military tactics, and features a true anti-hero as the main character. Tanya isn't just smart and strong, she's also cunning and ambitious, climbing the ranks to secure a comfortable life. Ironically, every step she takes pushes her country closer to world domination. If you love war stories, strategy, and a main character that's sharp and unlike typical Isekai heroes, this anime is an absolute must-watch. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. If you're into Isekai anime with deep meaning and strong character development, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation might just be one of the best out there. The story begins with a 34-year-old man who's failed in life, isolated, and hopeless. But when he attempts one last heroic act, fate leads him to a tragic end, which turns out to be a brand new beginning. He's reborn as a baby named Rudius Greyrat in a magical world, carrying all his memories from his past life. This isn't just about a journey to another world, it's about a second chance to fix a broken life.
せめて童貞くらい卒業したかった。もしかするとここは。いや。
はい、ルディは本が好きだから。ありがとうございます。特別にエリスって呼ぶことを許してあげるわ。特別。
As Rudius grows, he shows incredible magical talent and begins to build relationships he never had before. From learning magic with the charismatic Roxy to forming a close friendship with Sylphiette, his journey is filled with touching moments, exciting action, and valuable life lessons. Mushoku Tensei isn't just about fantasy and magic, it's about growth, regret, and hope. It's perfect for anyone looking for an Isekai anime with emotional depth and top-tier animation quality. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Who would have thought that getting stabbed on the street could be the start of an epic adventure in a fantasy world? That's exactly what happens to Satoru Mikami, an ordinary office worker who suddenly gets reincarnated as a slime. Yep, not a hero or a warrior, but a slime, the weakest creature in any RPG world. But don't be fooled. As a slime, Satoru, now known as Rimuru Tempest, has a unique ability to devour anything and copy its powers and appearance. And that's where this absurd yet epic story begins.
の領域までも王に好き勝手させるわけにはいかん。支配しようではありませんか。魔王リムルを
全身全霊をかけていいぞや。悪をくじくことか。
魔物を相手取るならば。
出るのは自分の力のみ。改めてこの女。
That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, or Tensura, is one of the most beloved Isekai anime, perfectly blending action, comedy, and amazing world-building. Rimuru isn't just powerful, he's kind-hearted and visionary, building civilizations, befriending monsters, and even becoming a leader. This anime is perfect for anyone who loves light-hearted Isekai stories with solid plots and lovable characters. Trust me, this slime is destined to become a legend. Overlord. Imagine you're playing your favorite VR game, and just as the servers officially shut down, you don't log out and instead become your character permanently. That's exactly what happens to Mamanga, a veteran player and leader of the guild Ain Zulgaon in the game Yggdrasil. But here's the twist, the NPCs who once followed simple commands now have their own personalities and they're fiercely loyal to him. Without knowing how or why, Mamanga decides to explore this new world as Ain's, the super overpowered undead ruler.
Attention all units. Our prey has entered the cave.
About time you learned why I am called the Supreme Overlord. Listen, there will be no pain. However...
Devote yourself to the gods and carry out their will.
Overlord is a dark and elegant Isekai anime that stands out from the crowd. The story focuses more on the perspective of an overpowered main character trying to conquer the world, rather than save it. And that's exactly what makes it so captivating. We get to see how Ain's builds his empire, commands elite forces, and faces mysterious challenges in a world that used to be just a game. Perfect for anyone who loves fantasy stories with intrigue, politics, and a fascinating anti-hero. The Rising of the Shield Hero. If you're into Isekai stories with a dark and emotional vibe, The Rising of the Shield Hero is a must-watch. This anime follows Naofumi Iwatani, an ordinary otaku suddenly summoned to another world as one of the 4 legendary heroes. Unfortunately, he ends up with the most underrated role, the Shield Hero. With no offensive power, no solid team, and worst of all, he's betrayed and falsely accused by the only person who believed in him. Instead of being hailed as a hero, Naofumi is branded a villain by the entire kingdom. But from this lowest point, Naofumi's story becomes deeply touching and action-packed. With strong determination and the help of Raphtalia, a demi-human girl he saves, Naofumi strives to prove he can be a true protector of a world that hates him. Behind his shield lies a story about trust, healing emotional wounds, and the struggle to rise above betrayal. This anime isn't just thrilling with monster battles, it also hits hard on the emotional side. Get ready for a roller coaster of feelings while watching. Konouba, God's blessing on this wonderful world. If you're looking for an Isekai anime that's packed with laughs and ridiculous antics, Konouba is the perfect pick. The story starts with Kazuma Sato, a gamer and total shut-in who dies in the most absurd way. He goes into shock thinking he got hit by a truck, but it was just a slow-moving tractor. In the afterlife, he's given the choice to reincarnate in a fantasy world. Of course, Kazuma jumps at the chance and, thinking he's clever, chooses to bring along the goddess Aqua as his support item. But instead of a powerful goddess, Aqua turns out to be more trouble than the monsters they face.
To the afterlife. A few moments ago, you passed on. Yes, a little red one. You died of shock. Bring one possession of your choosing with you.
I can pick any one thing to take. What people do I have in my party? Some useless lush of a goddess. Did a damn thing.
Konouba totally flips the typical Isekai expectations. Instead of becoming a super strong and respected hero, Kazuma ends up doing odd jobs with the most ridiculous teen, Clumsy Aqua, Megumin the One-Spell Wizard, and Darkness, who's, well, a bit weird. Rather than saving the world, they're mostly busy trying to earn money for food and pay off debts. The comedy is hilarious, the characters are annoying but lovable, and the story is lighthearted yet always manages to crack you up. It's the perfect chill watch if you want some easygoing entertainment with just the right amount of humor. Re:Zero starting life in another world. Imagine you're just heading home from the convenience store, and suddenly you get thrown into a fantasy world with no explanation. That's exactly what happens to Subaru Natsuki in Re:Zero. At first, it seems like your typical Isekai new world, beautiful girls, and a noble mission, but it quickly turns into a nightmare that keeps repeating itself. After meeting Satella, a mysterious girl who saves him, Subaru tries to be the hero and help find her precious stolen item. But before things can get resolved, they both end up dying tragically. And here's the weird part. Subaru wakes up right back where he started, as if time has reset. Re:Zero isn't your average Isekai. This anime is packed with psychological tension, emotional drama, and mysteries that keep you hooked. Subaru's ability to come back to life isn't a cool superpower, but a curse that drains his mind and heart. Every choice he makes could mean life or death, and the pain he feels is always real. If you love stories full of twists, emotional roller coasters, and characters who grow through tough struggles, Re:Zero is a watch that'll stick with you long after the credits roll. No game, no life. If you've ever imagined a world where all conflicts are settled through games instead of wars, No Game No Life is going to feel like paradise. This anime follows the genius sibling duo, Sora and Shiro, two hikikomori gamers known as Blank, an unbeatable team in the online gaming world. One day, they receive a mysterious challenge and bam, they're transported to the world of Discord, where everything from small bets to entire kingdoms is decided by games. And yes, this world is ruled by a unique god named Tet, who's also a huge gaming fan. Even though humans, called Humanity in Discord, are the weakest race with no magic, Sora and Shiro see this as the ultimate challenge. Using their incredible intelligence and near-perfect teamwork, they start conquering game after game, helping a girl named Stephanie Dola reclaim her kingdom's glory. But their real goal is even bigger, to defeat all the races and challenge the god himself. No Game No Life is a colorful anime packed with smart strategy, absurd humor, and a super creative world perfect for anyone who loves Isekai with a unique twist and plenty of surprises. So, there you have it, our ultimate list of must-watch Isekai anime of all time. From thrilling adventures and magical new worlds to unique characters that keep you hooked episode after episode. Hopefully, this list gives you some great ideas for your next Isekai binge, whether you're chilling out or just need a fun escape from the daily grind. Remember, every anime has its own special charm, so be sure to explore different genres and stories within the Isekai world. If you've got any favorite Isekai anime recommendations, drop them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so we can keep chatting about all the awesome anime out there. See you in the next video.